Welcome back, guys and gals. As always, I'm Ghostly Snow Demon, and we're going to be continuing with the Elder Scrolls lore, and just beginning where we left off with the Argonians. And we will begin with the Society of the Argonians. Most, if not all, Argonian tribes revere to and build their lives around a history. As you will see in the game, every time you go, they will reference the Hist. They ingest its sap during rituals, lay their eggs among its roots, often live according to the Hist's will. Tribes that build their lives around a Hist often do so literally as they construct their settlements around the Hist. The Hist guides them, and its people serve in kind. Argonian leaders are known as tree menders, tend to the tribe's Hist, and seek its wisdom through communication with the tree. On rare occasion, the Hist may speak directly with an individual, though most tree menders can interpret signs sent by the Hist. Tree menders can feel when something is wrong with their tree. Occasionally, that something may be physically harming the Hist, such as a sap thief, beetles, but other times it can be something deeper. If something is wrong with the eggs in the Ixith, or the tree is sensing some other issues with members of the tribe, the tree mender will feel it. The tree mender interprets the Hist will so the tribe may carry it out. Some tribes possess a sap speaker who is a directly intermediary with the Hist. The sap speaker will spend days, if not weeks, at a time among the roots and canopy of the Hist, ingesting sap, eating the otherwise forbidden fruit of the tree, and using many hours of the day to indulge in solitary contemplation. The sap seeker emerges from their solitude with the knowledge they've acquired through the Hist during these long bouts of study. Argonians hatched in places outside Black Marsh cannot hear the Hist. These individuals are referred to as Lukul, or assimilated people. An Argonian born as a slave in Vardenfell would be considered Lukul, and would have no connection to Hist. Marsh-born Argonians are capable of wielding Hist magic, which doesn't operate as the same rule as a conventional spellcraft. Many tribes have an individual known as a root herald who works to protect their tribe's interest. While some tribesmen hunt for the Wamasu, they hunt for information and fruitful relationships. They foster relationships that benefit their tribe, such as negotiating trade agreements. They also gather information from townsfolk and associates, such as stories and rumors from outside the tribe. Some outsiders may liken their behavior to that of a spy, but such a concept is foreign to the Saxhleel. A root herald cannot serve their tribe without gathering stories and rumors. Their purposes lies not in subterfuge or espionage. Rather, the root herald's purpose is closer of that of an ambassador or someone who brings in news from the tribe from the outside world. When an Argonian dies, their corpse is laid to rest in the marsh, sometimes at the roots of the Hist. A exavolt, or gravestake, is used to pin the corpse into the ground so it doesn't rise as an undead bog of blight, so necromancers beware. Gravestakes don't just prevent the corpses from floating to the surface of the bog, the deceased story is carved upon their stakes. Tales of their victories and defeats, tales of childhood, names of friends, dreams, nightmares. A gravestake tells those who see it about the corpse it impales. Each stake planted into the mud tells a story, same as old as Marsh itself. When death arrives to the tribe's gravesinger is called upon to tend the corpse and stake it. The gravesinger is tasked with reading their tribe's stakes, and when someone dies, they sing the fallen one's final song. Gravesingers care for the bodies of the fallen and deal with death. However, it may appear to the tribe the gravesinger of Nagakur has an additional task, harvesting scales, skin, bones, and other parts of the body of the fallen as needed, so the tribe can make weapons and armor. Sometimes gravestakes come loose, usually by being pulled from the mud by an unsuspecting or malicious individual, which this happens. A formerly staked corpse can rise from the dead as a bog blight. They are described as dead and not dead things that eat Nagas whole. They are dangerous in large numbers. Bog blights can be kept at bay with the use of punages or fumers, racks of oily, spoiled meat that mask a living person sent from the blog likes. From the main social overview of the social side, we're going to talk about the appearance and physiology of the Argonian race. The Argonian allegory, known as the parable of becoming states of the Hist from the humanoid forms of men and mer, useful, molding the form of the swamp's lizards after them to create Argonians. Some scholars believe that the ancestor lizards are what Argonians were uplifted from. Adding to this theory, the Argonian mer Glim had a vision while on the Umbriel. With this vision, mere Glim experienced the life of a lizard every day until the root and the taste of his sap came, transforming both his body and mind. Similarly, theories exist that state that the Hist also mimic the forms of the mounts of both man and mer, creating lizard steeds for the purpose of being used by Argonians to ride long distances. Argonians believe that their souls were given to them by the Hist. According to the lizard folk, they were nothing before the Hist. Because of this, the souls of the Saxhleel contain unique qualities that sets them apart from the souls of men and mer. Most Argonians are able to feel the presence of the Hist in their minds at all times, but far further they travel from the Black Marsh, the weaker the connection gets. Some Argonians can even be born without this connection and are viewed by others of their kind as a disadvantaged because they can't understand the most simple of Argonian gestures. Although Argonians appear reptilian in nature at first glance, they also exhibit qualities of fish, amphibians, and even birds. They're able to breathe underwater through small gills around their ears, swim using the same method as that of a tadpole or eel by moving their tail side to side to propel through the water, and are capable of growing feathers. Female Argonians additionally have what appear to be a mammalian breasts that at the same time are able to lay eggs. Odd. Ancient cave paintings depict figures which appear to be more tree-like than Argonians. Argonians' genders are sometimes referred to as life phases. It is said that upon existing that juvenile stage of life, an Argonian will lick his sap in order to stimulate the hormonal glands, which will cause them to sprout sexual organs. Weird as fucking shit right there. However, this is unconfirmed, and Argonian hatchlings may apparently be of any gender. All Argonians are believed to have cloacuses. Argonian life begins with the clutch of eggs conceived by a mated pair. The tribes of the Black Marsh are all known by their own customs for choosing mates. Some pick each other out of love and affection. Some, like the Bright Throat tribe, bond their members of other tribes to improve tribal relations. In any case, eggs are laid, transferred to the ixil or nest, where they are tended by the midwives until they hatch. While Argonians take care of their eggs, the Hist guides their development and determines what shape the hatchling will take. The Bright Throat tribe of the Merkmire has egg tenders who perform this task, on top of attending the needs of the eggs, discerning which ones are fertile and which ones are not destined to hatch. Those poor eggs. The tenders also read nursery rhymes and play the flute for their eggs. Those who tend the eggs beneath the Hist of the hatchling pools in Shadowfen are known as the keepers of the shell. The keepers keep meticulous record of every egg that enters the ixil. The pairs they are born to, how many eggs emerge. When the eggs hatch and the star scientists are born under the same of the things according to their logs, they perform the usual tasks one suspects from one tends and protects the eggs, including monitoring the eggs and crushing biting bugs that may harm them. There are signs to look for the unhealthy egg, including dry shell, lack of a luster, thin membrane, and an empty shadow. So basically kind of like a normal egg. If an Argonian egg is not destined to hatch, it returns to Hist, seeking into the roots and fading away. Unlike the children of other races, who must be constantly cared for by their parents in order to survive, Argonian hatchlings are born with the ability to walk. Hatchlings are fed licorice worms, and those who are teething are given pacifiers, made of the hardened sap to chew. Argonians tickled under the chin will reflexively open their jaws. Argonian appearances range from reptilian to almost human. This is caused by the Hist sap that they ingest as hatchlings, which ceremonially takes place on their naming day. As Argonians' appearance and physiology is almost solely determined by their Hist, this leads to some Argonian tribes differing widely in appearance from their neighbors. For example, the bright throats of Murkmire have brightly colored skin of scales of many hues. Their neighbors, the Nagakar, have dark, sometimes iridescent scales and red eyes. Additionally, the Nagakar tribes consists of Naga, a subspecies of Argonian with elongated heads and large mouths. Though an Argonian can have ancestry from a wildly different tribe, they will always display the characters of the tribe that they were born into. A good example of this is the Ghost People tribe, known in Gel as the Velxil. All Velxil are impotent, and cannot have children of their own, but by stealing eggs and hatching them under their own history, all Velxils display the same traits. Certain traits may fade the further an Argonian is from their respective Hist, though they will also come back once the Argonian tunes to Hist. Strange and reclusive Argonians that live in places away from sunlight, such as subterranean caverns, will lose the color of the scales and become pale. An Argonian can also ask their history to change their gender, which is typically followed by a celebratory ceremony. Oh, so that's kind of cool. That kind of defeat the purpose of trans if humanity could do that. Maybe we wouldn't start stupid fights over that stupid bullshit. Though the Saxhleel seem to generally be cold-blooded, they can apparently regulate their body temperatures just as effectively as their mammalian counterparts. Thanks to this, they can be found wandering the cold environments of Solstheim and Skyrim without any negative repercussions. Some scholars believe this is possible because of the powerful magicka that lie within the Hist sap, which the reptilian race ingests through their lives. Okay guys, that's all I can fit in for this part. As Argonian is a whole race, so it is going to take a bit. I think I probably will have it all done on part 3, maybe even a part 4. But till next time, guildmates. As always, I'm Ghostly Snow Demon, and if you like the video, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and also catch me on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday around 8 p.m. And like I said before, see you next time, guildmates.